Hello everybody, my name is Lauren and welcome to Yoga and Coffee Breaks. So typically on this channel I post a lot of yoga classes. That is my bread and butter, that is my passion, so that is the core of this channel. However, I do want to dabble in other videos. I like to post some book content here and there. I'm a slow reader and I'm a mom, so those come out very infrequently. But today I wanted to kind of combine a book video with a travel vlog, if you bear with me. And kind of an introduction of who I am, because I don't really have any videos explaining who I am or my personality or anything, so here it is. For an introduction, like I said, my name is Lauren. I'm a yoga instructor. My family and I, we moved to Thailand, and I'm not currently working in Thailand, so YouTube videos are a way that I can kind of keep up my verbal skills. I feel like I struggle to be concise and intentional while I'm speaking, so this is a way that I can kind of work on that and keep working on that and being better, so that when I go back and teach in a live studio, I'm not struggling. My husband is a UFC fighter. That is why we are in Thailand. He decided he wanted to train in different areas of the world, so we packed up and moved to Thailand with our 2-year-old, and it has been quite the experience. We can talk more about that in another video if you would like, but today's video, we are in Singapore. We've been in Singapore for about a week, so this is going to be kind of a travel vlog. So the first half of this video will be kind of what we've done and what we've experienced in Singapore, and the second half we will go to a bookstore that I found and try to find a book that is calling my name to read, because I feel like I'm in a reading slump. So let's start our Singapore vlog off with a story time. So back in Thailand, Chris was like, hey, let's take a little vacation. Let's go to Singapore. Singapore is about 2 hours away from Thailand, so not that big of a deal. Just a quick plane ride. So I said, cool. I get online. I'm the logistics person when it comes to traveling. So I get online, I book our flights, I book our hotel, very central Singapore for our hotel. Everything's good. We have a flight at 10:20 at night on Saturday. So Saturday comes around, we've packed in the morning, we've cleaned, we got the cat at the vet to board him. We are ready, we are set, okay? Chris is playing video games, we're just hanging out, and I felt a disturbance in the force, okay? There was something in the atmosphere that was very, very off. So I was like, you know what, let me check the tickets, make sure all my ducks are in a row. It is 6:30 when I check our flights. And I say, oh fuck. In America, we are so used to the 12-hour clock, and my dyslexic brain still sometimes screws up. I read 2020 as 10:20. 2020 is not 10:20. 2220 is 10:20. 2020 is 8:20. I'm looking at this at 6:30, and in Phuket at this time of year, it is high season, or it's high season is starting, and so getting a Grab, which is basically like Uber or Lyft, in Thailand is going to take longer. The traffic is worse. It's like a 40-minute drive to the airport, and it is 6:30. I yell at Chris. I said, I fucked up. We need to leave now. So we start scrambling, getting things together. I get a Grab. Bear has shit his diaper, so I have to change his diaper. We are scrambling. We get downstairs. It is 6:40. We get into the Uber. We are looking at our phone for the estimated time of arrival, and we see that it is 7:10, 7:20. We are stressed. I'm looking at Chris, and he's just like so disappointed in me. I'm disappointed in me. We get to the airport. We figure out where we need to go. We rush through. Thankfully, there was a couple there who were so sweet. They have great karma coming their way, and they let us cut in line. Thank you. I mean, they were like the last ones in line, and they let us go ahead of them. So thank you if you're watching. I doubt you will be, because this is a small channel, but thank you. It was their honeymoon, so congratulations again. Anyway, so we get through. We start booking it through the airport. The airport is packed. I'm pushing the stroller, and I am like running over people's ankles to get to our gate. We get to our gate. They have a bus waiting We get on the bus with everybody else on our flight, and they drive us to our airplane. We get off the bus. We are the last ones off the bus. The last ones on the plane, they shut the doors, and we take off. I look at Chris, and he's like, I'm so mad at you right now. And I was like, hey, this is as much your fault as it is mine, because I sent you our flight information days ago, and you didn't check the tickets. You didn't even open the picture of our tickets. So this is as much your fault as it is mine, but I digress. We get here pretty late. We didn't get to our hotel until like 1 a.m. I slept in a little bit. We woke up, we went and got breakfast. We had a very chill morning. Chris knows somebody out here who lives out here in Thailand, in the MMA world. So we went to his gym in the afternoon. Chris trained. It was fun just to hang out. When Chris went to train, Bear and I went to the library. The library is so big. I don't think I got any footage of the library, but it was so big and so beautiful. That day was kind of a blur. It was just kind of like getting our bearings. Then the next day, I really wanted to take Bear to the aquarium.
Yeah, jellyfish! Come on, let's go see real jellyfish. Let's go!
It was so cool. If you come to Singapore, you have to go to the aquarium. Apparently, they just renovated it. It was so big. It was so big that Chris was mad at the end because he was like, when does it end? I had a fun time, and Bear had a blast looking at all the fish and the sharks and everything. We got some really cool pictures. So yeah, that was our day 2. I think by the end of day 2, we were like, you know what, maybe we should extend our trip, because Singapore is amazing. You can get anywhere in Singapore basically by walking. It's super pedestrian friendly, and the transportation is so efficient. It's the most efficient city I've ever seen, and the people are so nice and very, very kid friendly. Like it warms my heart. Like the people here are great, very much like Thailand. Beautiful culture and everything. So we decided to extend our trip. The next day, we decided to go to the Botanical Garden. Amazing. Again, so big and so beautiful. We got there just in time to go to the Orchid Garden, which is the only part of the Botanical Garden that you have to pay for. So we go through the Orchid Garden, and we went through like half of it, but we were already kind of tired. It was like the end of the day, and Bear was getting cranky. It was kind of hot and humid. So we did about half of the Botanical Garden. So then after that, we just hung out. We went to dinner and went to bed. Then yesterday, Chris basically forced me to go to the Harry Potter attraction out here at Resorts World. I think it's like Harry Potter, like magic experience. I can't remember what it's called, like Vision of Magic. Now, mind you, Chris is probably the last person to be a Harry Potter fan. He like dogs on Harry Potter like all the time, like pointing at the plot holes and everything. I am a Harry Potter fan. I grew up with the movies. I read the books later in life, and I enjoyed Harry Potter. So he was like, I would be a bad partner if I didn't push you to go to Harry Potter out here when there is a Harry Potter experience out here. So we go back to Resorts World. I'm surprised. Bear actually really enjoyed the Harry Potter experience. Being 2, I would expect him to not care or get tired of it. But they gave you wands, and they control part of the exhibit. It's kind of like an art exhibit of Harry Potter. And it's very interactive because you have like the wands, and they like reveal things, and you can interact with the art that they have. So we did that. Chris got me the VIP package. So I got a lanyard, I got 2 posters and a lanyard. And then once we got to the end, Bear found a Hedwig plushie and that he would not part with. So we had to get that. He was also obsessed with the wands. Like he was like aggressively going around and just like, it was so cute. So we got him a wand. We actually got him this one. It was like a mystery pack. And he got Snape's wand in the mystery pack. And I was about to also get a mystery pack, but Chris pushed me to get the collectible wand that I could choose, and I got Hermione's wand. So it was pretty cool. Do you want to see it? You want to see it? You want to see Hermione's wand? It's so cute. So it comes in like the cute little wand box. It was way too expensive for what it is, but Chris was spoiling me. This is Hermione's wand. How cute. Swish and flick. It's pretty cute. Anyways, you don't care. Okay. So yeah, we did Harry Potter World yesterday, and we just kind of hung out after that. It was kind of a long thing. We got ice cream and coffees after Harry Potter World. And yeah, so today we've had a pretty chill day. We went and got breakfast and coffee. Chris is out training right now. Bear's still sleeping. And then when he wakes up, I am going to go to the bookstore. We may get another coffee. Who knows? I'm addicted to coffee. It's kind of bad. I said I wasn't going to get another coffee later, but I might. Oh, it's just like, can you go to a bookstore without a coffee in hand? Like, I don't know. I think that might be illegal everywhere. I don't know. Okay, we are back in Thailand. It's been a few days. So, where we left off, back in Singapore, we went to the bookstore. I wanted to get more footage, but I get super anxious filming in public. A lot of this footage is because Chris like has filmed for me and has forced me to. I don't like being on camera. I don't like pulling out my camera to film things unless it's my son. So, little bit of footage, but I wanted to talk about the books that I got. Two of them are Korean books. There was like a Asian author section in the bookstore, and I figured, since I basically live in Southeast Asia now, I should maybe get some Asian authors. And then another one is like, I don't really know what to even describe this as. It's called Hero, but it's like kind of a feminist story, I guess. It's about this girl who is dating this guy, and he proposes to her, and it's like her story of like her struggling with the idea of being married. She doesn't really want to be somebody's wife. And I don't know, it just resonated with me because even though I'm practically married, Chris and I are engaged. We'll be getting married as soon as we go back to the States. I never saw this life for myself, so I kind of related to the character in that sense of not wanting to be somebody's wife. I am happy. Chris and I are super happy. Chris is an amazing man, and that's why I'm engaged and have a kid with him. But just the premise of this book sounded very, very interesting. I will say I did start it because this is the one I resonated with the most, and it was a little bit more lighthearted than the other two, which we'll get to. So I started this, but the way it's written is kind of weird and it feels a little disjointed to me. I don't know if it's just I haven't gotten into the flow of her writing yet. I'm interested in the character. It's just it's a hard cadence to get used to, I think. There's no quotation marks, and the way she writes, it's hard to kind of tell if somebody is talking, and she kind of jumps time a lot. So I don't know. I'm going to try to reread the very beginning. Like, I'm very fresh into this book. It was just very hard to get the cadence. So I'm going to try to reread what I've already read and see if I can't pick up the cadence a little bit more. But this one, I'm semi still excited about it. Okay. This book is called The Wizard's Bakery. It looks super cozy. I'm going to butcher the author's name. I'm sorry. I'll probably go look up the pronunciation and then come back because I'm filming this on my phone. So I'll insert the correct pronunciation here. Maybe I get it right. We'll see. Gu Byung Mo. Future Lauren here. So I was close. It's Gu Byung Mo. And it's translated by Jamie Chang. So this book is not cozy at all. This one, I think it even has trigger warnings at the very, very beginning, as it should. I did look up some reviews on Fable about this book, and some people really did say like, hey, like go into this knowing that it's really dark, and there's some really intense topics in this book. I am grateful for those comments because I did go into this with the expectation of it being dark. Even with that, it was a little darker than I was still expecting it to be. So just know that it's a pretty heavy read. It's a short read. It's hard for me to say that there are whimsical aspects about it because there are and there aren't. The whimsical aspects are still dark, and it's a metaphor for sure. I'll read you the back. Open 24 hours a day in a quiet souled neighborhood, the Wizard's Bakery seems like any other where you would buy bread, cakes, and pastries. For a desperate runaway teen, it's a refuge from a fractured home, until he discovers the pastries hold magic. Almond bars to unearth memories buried deep within, and cinnamon cookies for your worst enemies. But each of these items come with a warning. The power contained in the treats inevitably alter the order of the world and can produce dramatic consequences for those who consume them, consequences that need to be weighed carefully. Under the stern eye of the bakery's gruff wizard and his mysterious blue-haired assistant, the boy learns about the responsibility that comes with working in a bakery where every bite comes with a price. So it sounds very whimsical. Again, the whimsicalness of this book is literally just metaphor for taking responsibility, and it's dark. Like, nobody wins in this book at all. This book is dark. I will probably do a little short review on TikTok about it. And I might actually talk about this one a little bit more in depth in a longer video. We'll see, because this book was good. It was just intense. Moving on. I also got this book, Human Acts by Han Kang. And I didn't realize it until I got home and was reading about it. And it says right on the front of the book that she's the author of The Vegetarian, which I did pick up at my library. I just didn't end up reading it. We were in Las Vegas for one of Chris's fights, and there was a lot going on, and I just didn't end up reading it. I do want to read The Vegetarian, but I did pick up this book, and I'm interested. It's going to be a heavy read, I know. But I think sometimes it's good to explore different books that you normally wouldn't read. I typically gravitate towards more fantasy books, more maybe some romance books here and there, even though romance has kind of let me down recently. I tend to go towards fantasy books. That's my bread and butter. And then occasionally I like to read historical retellings, specifically feminist historical retellings. So retellings through women's eyes. I don't know. I just really enjoy women of history and what it means to be a woman of centuries ago. That really intrigues me. So a lot of my fable is historical retellings through a woman's eyes, like Lilith, which is a retelling of the Bible through Lilith's eyes, and The Witch's Heart, which is a retelling of Ragnarok through Angerboda's eyes, who is the mother of Fenrir, the big snake that I won't be able to pronounce his name, and Hel. She is one of Loki's wives. So those are the kind of things that I like. But these, I felt like, were just different perspectives. I wanted to step out of the box, and there were no fantasy novels or books that were really standing out to me. There was a couple books that I picked up that I really wanted to try. I think one was what was it? It was like the vampire something. I did have a video of it, I think, somewhere over here. But they didn't have the first book. They only had the third book. But I was really intrigued by what the series could be. So eventually I might read it. And then there was a book called The Book That Wouldn't Burn, and that sounded interesting. And I read a little bit of the first chapter, and I liked the cadence of it, but for some reason I just wasn't compelled to actually buy it. I had it in my hands to buy, to bring a book back, and then I started to find these 3 books, and these I felt more of a pull to get, and so I did. So like I said, I've already finished The Wizard's Bakery, and I'll probably hop over to Hero because Wizard's Bakery was so intense. I don't know if I can go into Human Acts, and I don't think my heart can handle it right now because the Wizard's Bakery was pretty intense. So probably Hero first, then I might go on my Libby app and read something even more lighthearted, and then go back to Human Acts, because yeah, I can only take so much heavy storytelling at once, and with the state of the world, I have to be very aware of the content that I absorb. Okay. Anyways, so that is my video. If you would like for me to make a video about traveling with a baby or a toddler for the first time overseas, or just in general traveling with a toddler child, let me know, because that was something that was really daunting to me. And I think I flew with him once by myself, and then the next time we flew, we were flying across the world with Bear. So that was a lot, and I've learned a lot, and we've traveled a lot with him since then. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. And yeah, thank you for watching. This was my first attempt at a vlog. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Hopefully it's okay. But drop a like and possibly subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and leave a comment. I want to interact with people as much as possible. That's the main reason I've made this channel. A is to teach yoga classes and pour myself into that passion of mine, as well as connecting with people. So please do that, and I will see you in the next video.